Hey everybody, welcome to Matt's Metal Show. Yeah, today we're going to talk about shock rock band from 1984. Going to talk about Wasp. Now, I thought about doing this for a while, and so I started listening to some Wasp. I threw it on. I was like, all right, let's go through this. They got 15 studio albums, so I was like, fuck. I will tell you, like, when the debut came out in '84, wow. I remember getting that, because, like, didn't Mike Varney produce that? Like, originally, I think they were supposed to be on Shrapnel, and then Varney sold them off to Capitol Records. So they came out with the debut. Had Tony Richards on drums, the only album he would play on. Had Randy Piper. Had Chris Holmes, big, scary Chris Holmes. And then had Blackie Lawless, with his black hair with the white and he's trailing blood on himself. So these guys started out in L.A. They had all been, like Blackie had been in about 800 bands. He's from New York. He played with the New York Dolls for like one tour as a guitar player. And then he moved to L.A. and then he was in a bunch of fucking bands like Sister. I think Nikki Sixx was in that band with him. And like Circus. So I'll put some pictures up. They're pretty funny. And then, they formed Wasp. Which is supposed to be, I don't know. There's always, Wasp was another one of those bands like Motley Crue and shit that kind of made up their own shtick and then they started believing it. Because originally Wasp was just Wasp. It was, the bug, the wasp. And then Blackie decided to fuck with people, so he put periods after each letter and made it an acronym. So, and even on the debut album, it says Winged Assassins on there, on the fucking album. We are sexually perverted. We are stupid people. Could be a number of things, right? Wasp is that band that, like, they started out with this outrageous fucking live show in Hollywood. They would, like, tie chicks to racks and beat them, and Blackie would drip blood out of a skull, and they would throw raw meat in the audience and shit like that. He wore fucking saw blades on his arms and on his cock, Which, like, Chris Holmes said, like, they all got cut from them because they were real saw blades, they were fucking, yeah. Anyways, they started out all shocky and, and everything. And then, like, any band that, like, kind of most of their mystique is their image, they didn't have a long shelf life. Their popularity was like this. Now, over the years, I have a fondness for Wasp. I'm always like, oh, what is that? I remember meeting him at Tower Records, and I used to think like Blackie Lawless was like the scariest motherfucker. And then I met him, and I was like, oh, Steven Duran, you're kind of a dork. And the problem with Blackie Lawless is he thinks he's a lot fucking cooler than he actually is. He does a lot of dumb shit. For the album Kill, Fuck, Die, I know everybody on here, like, whenever they call it KFD. The album's called Kill, Fuck, Die. The song's called Kill, Fuck, Die. Anyways, we say fuck. Oh my god. Like, children are watching your fucking show? I hope not. I don't think they're big Wasp fans, because nobody outside of 1989 knows who the fuck Wasp even is, really, except for that diehard little core of people like me that, still give a shit enough to talk about them. I remember on Kill Fuck Die, I was just watching like a video the other day of them, and when Blackie does shit, first of all, they do an interview and he's wearing he looks like the Crow. He's got little fucking eyeliner around his lips and he's got little tears, and He's sitting there acting like he's so fucking evil. And it's funny to watch these interviews with him because he was like, yeah, you know, all the press keeps asking me when I'm going to do a tour and stuff. Dude, no one gives a fuck about you. Like, I don't know who the fuck you're talking to, but like nobody, there's not this mass of people that are like, fucking Blackie, he's so fucking amazing. He's fucking delusional and egomaniac. Anyways, they go out on this tour, mostly in Europe, because the shit they were doing was not going to fly here in America. Where he like cuts up a pig on stage. I think the pig was dead. I don't know. The video that I saw was really shitty, so you couldn't really tell. And then he like puts on this big. Have you ever watched the movie Seven? There's a part in the movie where the guy's got this knife that's sticking out like it's its cock, and Blackie would go over and he would rape this nun puppet. It was tied to a cross, and then he would pull out like an embryo, and then he would stick it on. It was the dumbest fucking shit that I had ever fucking seen. And he even called it snuff rock. That's what he said at the end of the interview. We're snuff rock. Really, you're fucking snuff rock. Really, you're like shit like that is the kind of stuff that makes you want to punch Blackie Lawless in the fucking face. What a fucking idiot. Oh yeah, dude, we're snuff rock. Really, you're fucking promoting snuff? Really, where you like, yeah, cool, man. Where you murder somebody while you're fucking them? Good job, dude. What a fucking asshole. So, dude, Blackie Lawless, over the years, now he's like a born-again Christian. He's all pudgy and fat. He's always wearing like a big jersey, like a football jersey, and he's all bloated. And he refuses to sing Animal Fuck Like a Beast because it's against his religion now. I guess if you look back to all the fucking shit you did, I guess at some point you gotta find fucking religion and be like, oh, I hope I can erase that shit. Yeah. Yeah. Watch the Kill Fuck Die tour and then ask yourself, what the fuck is wrong with Blackie Lawless? There's a point where you're doing entertainment shit, where you're throwing raw meat in the crowd, shit like that. But when you take it to the next level and you're doing all this fucking crazy, weird, creepy shit, like you're a creepy asshole. Fuck, man. Like, oh, cool. Fuck, rape and murder, yeah. Anyway, Wasp. You know, I almost didn't do this show because after I watched that, I was like, do I want to do this show? Because really, I want to punch Blackie in his fucking face. He's a fucking dork. He's always name dropping. He's always talking about, oh yeah, I knew Ace Frehley when I was in New York. You know, me and Ace were like super close. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. His uncle was like a baseball player. Like played for, I don't know who the fuck he played for. I don't really give a fuck. But anyways, so let's get back to it. Wasp, over the years, they've been through a million fucking band members. Most of the good shit is with Chris Holmes. Big, scary, crazy motherfucking Chris Holmes. And I've hung out with Chris Holmes a couple of times. And he's, first of all, he's fucking huge. That guy's like 6'7". Fucking monster. Fun guy, not the fucking sharpest crayon in the box. I remember in the early 90s when Matt, the metal god, when he was living in LA, I remember Chris Holmes was like homeless. And he fucking like, he got like stabbed in the head or some shit. I remember that. I mean, there's a point where Chris Holmes was living on the fucking streets, dude. Yeah. Because Wasp wasn't really shaking down the dough. But I remember seeing him at the NAMM show when I was a kid, when I was about 17, 18, and he was with Lita Ford, and they were married. And you got to ask yourself, Lita, well, I met Lita. She's not a nice person. So that whole little facade where she's such a nice person, she's fucking not. And so she leaves Tony Iommi, who would beat her until she was unconscious. That's another one. Tony Iommi. Everybody sees him with the little mustache and like little purple shades. He's so cool. That guy's a piece of shit. Fuck that guy. And so Lita leaves him and she goes and marries fucking Chris Holmes. Fucking madness. I remember seeing her at the show, Chris, that was when Chris was kind of clean, man, when he was, you know, coherent. And then after that, he went off the fucking deep end and ended up like a homeless man for a while. And then now, like, you know, he's a big dumb ogre. He's a fucking ogre. But he's a cool guy. He's always nice to me. Every time I always see him, I always like go, "Hey, Chris, fuck yeah!" And he's always like super cool. He always like hang out and shit. And I remember, so funny story at the NAMM show, dude. I thought he was dead. You know, so like, I can't remember what year it was. Probably 14, 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. I remember we were doing something at the NAMM show, me and my buddy, and can't remember, we were watching a guitar player or something play, and I look over and I see this monster dude standing there, and he's taking a picture with this like little Japanese guy, and I was like, and I look over at George and I go, dude, is that fucking Chris Holmes? And he's like, yeah, I think it is. And I'm like, dude, I thought that guy was fucking dead. Like, the last time I gave a fuck about even knowing about Chris Holmes was, you know, back when he was homeless and got stabbed in the fucking head, you know, sold all his guitars for drugs and shit, you know. Fuck. So I remember I went over and I was like, Chris, dude, fuck yeah. And I go, can I get a picture? And it was funny because the pictures he was taking with all the other people, he was like flipping the camera off, which is Chris, you know. In fact, he has a big middle finger on the back of his jacket. It's fucking hilarious. But so I remember I get up there with him, and he's so huge, dude. He makes me look like a little child. And he puts his arm around me, and I go like this, and he goes like this. Gives the thumbs up. And so the pictures, I look like a fucking asshole. Because I'm like, he's like this, and I'm like, you're like, wow. So the funny story was, later on, like, you know, I got done with that, and I was like, oh. You know, I was looking at the pictures on my digital camera, and I was like, I didn't notice that he did the thumbs up, because my buddy was taking the picture. And so I was pissed, because I was like, fuck, man. So I went and hunted him down at the NAMM show, and I found him. I'm like, Chris, dude, what the fuck, man? I go, dude, give me the middle finger. And so he did, and I have a picture of it. I'll put it up here. He's all, and I was like, yeah, thank you, dude. You're fucking awesome. Over the years, I've run into him you know, if you go to the NAMM show, you run into Chris. He lives in like France with his wife. It's fucking trippy, but he's a cool dude. Kind of out there. So he's vaping. He's been off meth for like 20 minutes now, so good job. Anyway, let's talk about W.A.S.P. Like I said, they have 15 studio albums. I probably love like 5 of them. There's a lot of stuff. The problem with Blackie is, aside from him kicking out members of the band every fucking 20 minutes, is all his fucking songs sound the same. He has the slow ballady song, and then he has the staple fucking W.A.S.P song. So for me, a lot of these albums, when I'm listening to them, I'm just like, dude, they just blend together. You're just like, fuck, that sounds exactly like fucking shit off the debut, like fucking 20, 30, fucking, 37 years ago. So, some of these are I don't mind. Some of them have cool songs. You can find cool songs here and there. Some of them are fucking garbage, though. So, we'll go over that list. Let's do it. Let's go over the Wasp discography. I'm sure no one will watch this. There's certain shows that I do, like I did Rat. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to look at that. I did fucking Jethro Tull, and the whole fucking universe was like, yeah! Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to comment. Dude, if I insult W.A.S.P and you're upset, if I put the ranking wrong, look, tell me. Fuck, I don't give a shit. The other day, and I don't know why I do it, but the other day I watched this the Kiss show that fucking Brendan Schneider did. You guys remember that Brendan Schneider fuck, right? He did this Kiss show, and I was curious because to me, I think that guy's a gump, And so I wanted to see how he rated the fucking Kiss albums, because I rated the Kiss albums. You can watch it. It's on my channel. So I'm watching it, and I'm like, so he holds up like Creatures of the Night, and he says, this is the last album to feature Ace Frehley. And I usually, like, while I'm watching a video, I'm putting comments, because I'll put comments as they're saying shit, and then at the end I'll send it with all my comments. So in my comments I put, by the way, Ace Frehley didn't play on Creatures of the Night. Do your research, dude. Yeah, because I hate that guy anyways. Fuck him. His favorite Kiss album that he chose was Love Gun. Now, hey, music is subjective and everybody hears shit differently, but really, Love Gun? He fucking ranked like Unmasked like number 4 or some shit. Anyways, but I put that. This cocksucker fucking comments back and he goes, well, I said the album featured him. He was in the band for the photo shoot. Dude, you're doing a review show and you hold up a fucking album and you say, this is the last album to feature Ace Frehley. Not, this is the last album that had a picture of Ace Frehley on the cover. What a fucking retard, man. So, and then he goes, why don't you listen next time? And I told him, hey, strong words. And I told him this straight up. I said, strong words coming from the fucking kid who wore the winger shirt on fucking Beavis and Butthead. Go fuck yourself, fucking little faggot. Fuck that guy. Piece of shit, man. What a little bitch. Really? This is the last album to feature? Dude, when you say you featuring somebody, that they're on the fucking album, not they're on the picture. That was his fucking retort was, well, he was in the photo shoot. Idiot. Fucking idiot. You should have go watch it. I'm not recommending that guy because he's a fucking dickhead, but wow. Go watch his list. He's like, oh, dude, Unmasked is brilliant. It's fucking like their best album. And then he rated like the. Ugh. I'm so angry. I want to kill him. And that guy winds up dead. I was fucking kidding, right? Anyways, choking on somebody's cock. Oh, anyway, yeah, I remember he like fucking ranked The Elder like their worst album. Way to be subjective, right? Way to be. That's the best musical album Kiss ever fucking did, dude. Fucking living in a delusion. But hey, fuck that guy anyways. Fuck you again, Brendan Steiner. Fuck you. You're a fucking douchebag. I think there's like a fucking, Bullet Boys fucking signing down at the fucking. You should have seen the shit this guy had in his room too. He had all this Kiss shit where you buy the CD and it came in a guitar case where it costs like $1,000 fucking dollars. This is the kind of dork fuck that would go pay $10,000 for Gene Simmons' bass and have him fucking write on it. That's what kind of fucking loser this is. I don't know what this guy does. Obviously something in computers where nobody has to talk to him because he's a fucking flamer. But hey, yeah, let's get back to the issue here of Wasp. So number 15, I'm gonna go 1999's Hell Dorado. Hell Dorado. This was an album after they did a couple of albums that were a little bit different. They kind of went back to the, hey, let's go back to old school Wasp. And Chris Holmes is in the band at this point again. Chris played on this one. And this is the follow-up to Kill Fuck Die, too. So Kill Fuck Die was this industrial, crazy fucking album. And then they came out with this, which was just stripped back down. This was kind of like Inside the Electric Circus kind of sound. And then it was just terrible. This album has Drive By, it's alright. The title track's okay. It has Don't Cry, Just Suck. And songs like Dirty Balls, High on the Flames, Cocaine Cowboys. It's like, I don't think like Blackie did a bunch of drugs. I just think he said he did, but I've never seen things where like, oh, Blackie was out of control. No, he's a fucking liar is what he is. He he just pretends like he's shooting heroin into his cock and stuff. Chris Holmes, on the other hand, a Blackie, guy looks like he's sipping tea at the hotel by himself, reading a comic book. Yeah. Dorato's fucking garbage, man. That's the one album. I put it on and I just get dumber by the second, man. Damnation Name. Ugh. As soon as you get to Don't Cry, Just Suck, you're just like, you know, there's a point where you're just a pig. You know, it's cool when you're talking about, like, yeah, these chicks and stuff, like Motley Crue, but they were never like, hey, yeah, don't cry, just suck. Ugh. Like, you're going to be white trash, piece of shit, fucking misogynistic cocksucker? Well, you know, I kind of want to punch you in the throat, so fuck you. Any chick that would fuck Blackie lawless? Ugh. No, thank you. Let's move on. Number 14, we're going to go Unholy Terror from 2001. This album, Chris Holmes claims he did not play on this album. He's credited, but he swears he did not play on this. I know Roy Z played on this album, so who knows? And it's not a very good fucking album. The only song that I liked was Charisma off this album. Everything else is just like either lame or super lame. Who Slayed Baby Jane? Locomotive Man and the Killer Babies. You know, it was all just like, it's weird. It's like, this is what, it's like Wasp was Rob Zombie before Rob Zombie came out. You know? I mean, this is 01, so Zombie was out, but this is like, this is a mix between like Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie. It's like, how stupid can you be, but also how white trashy can you fucking be, you know? And Blackie's just not smart enough to pull it off. He really isn't. Sorry. He's not. And then all these songs, they all fucking sound the same. So that's fucking Unholy Terror from 2001. It's fucking garbage. Number 13, I'm going to go Still Not Black Enough from 1995. Who's this have in it? Do. Still Not Black Enough. This had Bob Kulick on it, right? Yeah, Bob Kulick. He had Frankie Banali on drums. It's another unmemorable fucking Wasp album. Supposedly, I think this is written about Blackie losing his mom. You know, his mom died, and this was his mourning album. The only thing that's inspired on here is fucking Somebody to Love, and it's a Jefferson Airplane fucking cover. Blackie could do a really good cover of fucking songs. You know, like Painted Black is, wow, it's fucking amazing. He's done some great covers over the years, but this Goodbye America, it's alright. Still Not Black Enough, the title track's alright. Black Forever, Keep Holding On, Rock and Roll to Death. This is totally an unmemorable album. Because a lot of Wasp songs, dude, they just sound the fucking... So there's the slow song, and then there's the rock song that sounds like one of 50 other fucking Wasp songs. Because obviously Blackie doesn't have the creative juices to, like, write anything outside of what he writes. Maybe if he, like, found a guitar player and actually stayed with him and actually, like, did some fucking shit together and actually, like, shared writing credits, maybe he could come up with some good stuff. Because every now and then, Blackie does hit the nail on the head, but most of the time, no, it's all the way around it. Yeah, so, number 13, Not Black Enough from 1995. Number 12 was, I'm going to go Babylon from 2009. Babylon's just boring. This was the only Wasp album that I didn't own and actually bought it the other day. Because I was like, fuck. Gotta get my discography complete, right? And it was cheap. It was like $8. So, I love Babylon's Burning. That's a good song. Thunder Red is a fucking cool song. And Seas of Fire. I love those 3 songs. The rest of this album is... It's just boring. It all sounds the fucking same. Blackie singing real low. Or, yeah. Fuck, man. See, I can't sing Blackie because I'll fucking cough. Blackie, I can sing Blackie low though. Oh, sleeping in the fire. That's what all the ballads sound like, sleeping in the fire. And then all the other songs sound like Love Machine. So, or I don't want to be somebody. This isn't a good album. Well, because like these latter albums are not very well produced. So the mix is kind of muddy and kind of lost. The guitars kind of, nothing stands out. Everything's just kind of this fucking churning fucking bouillabaisse of fucking noise. And then you have Blackie. And, oh, guess who produced the album? Well, of course Blackie did, because he didn't have enough money to actually buy a producer. So, yeah. Babylon's going to be number 12. Number 11, I'm going to go Golgotha from 2015. It's the last Wasp album so far. I don't know if... Well, it's not really lucrative to do fucking albums anymore. Especially with a band like Wasp, because they don't make any money. I think the only money Blackie gets is doing like fucking European fucking festival dates where they slide him in between Dee Schneider and fucking Leather Witch. I don't know. You know? Venom. Go on a Venom tour with Kronos. Yeah! I hung out with Mantis at the NAMM show, and me and him met, we met Rob Halford together. I remember that. I was hanging out with Jeff, and it turned out, oh, he was fucking Mantis from fucking Venom. I got a picture with him. I'll find it, put it up there. It was fucking awesome, because I was like, dude, why did that guy come up and freak out over you? He's like, oh, I don't know. He's totally British, you know. He's like, I don't fucking know. And I'm like, hey, dude, why are you tripping on Jeff here? And he goes, he's fucking Mantis from fucking Venom. And I looked at Jeff and I go, hey, is that fucking true? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, fuck you, man. Black metal! So we had to take a cool fucking metal picture together. Yeah. It's my Mantis story. Golgotha. I like Slaves of the New World Order. I like Golgotha, the title track. Like, it opens with Scream, it's alright. It's just a typical fucking Wasp, Last Runaway. Shotgun's pretty cool, but some of these songs are kind of lengthy, and it's like, Blackie, like, Miss You's like 7:41. It's like, I really don't want to listen to fucking Miss You for 7:41. Also, well, I mean, like, Slaves of the New World Order is 7:45 and then Golgotha 7:37. So, you know, Blackie's turning into fucking Iron Maiden. But, well, at least Iron Maiden's a little bit more fucking creative than Blackie is. But, you know, those are cool songs. They're atmospheric and fun. Golgotha, number 11. Number 10. We're going to go Dying for the World from 2002. And this album came out after 9/11, and so Blackie, being from New York, he had to stamp his mark on the atrocities of 9/11, and no one cared, because this album sold like 6 copies. Maybe his New York buddies bought it after they dug themselves out of the rubble. I gotta eat this. Oh, so good. This album's got like Hollow Ground on it, which is about 9/11. And it's got Trail of Tears. Those are like the 2 good songs on this fucking album. Shadow Man's alright. My Wicked Heart. Black Bone Torso. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. Revengeance. Like, this isn't a bad album. It's just not very memorable. But those 2 songs, they're the best songs in the album. And then they did the acoustic version of Hologram. Just in case you missed the first one, you can get the second one. They're both cool because it's the best fucking song on the album. But Trail of Tears is fucking good too. So, that's Dying for the World, number 10 from 2002. Number 9, The Neon God Part 2, The Demise. Now, in his brilliance, maybe he was trying to get greedy. I don't fucking know. But instead of doing a double album, Blackie decides to split the albums in half and come out with 2 separate albums in 2004. This is the second part, Neon God Part 2, The Demise. Definitely not as strong as the first one. Kind of like an afterthought. Kind of like these are probably the tracks that almost fell off the floor. Has Never Say Die on it. It's a cool song. The Demise. Clockwork Mary. But it has like Destinies to Come, Neon Dion, which is like whatever. And then The Last Redemption is 13 minutes and 40 seconds, and I don't want to fucking listen to that. So, this is definitely the weaker of the two. It probably would have just, and I guess financially or business-wise, it wasn't lucrative enough to do a double album. The record company, I don't even know who the fuck put this album out. They're probably like, no. Like, dude, let's put out this double album in 2004. It was on Sanctuary. I don't know, maybe they were trying to be like, oh, well, dude, we put out 2 of them, like, we'll make more money. We'll charge like $20 instead of like 14. Who knows? But this is definitely the weaker one. This album seems like it's kind of like the flotsam of the first album. So that's what I rated at number 9, Neon God Part 2, The Demise. Number 8, I know people are going to trip on this, but I don't give a fuck because I was around I remember when this shit came out. So, number 8, I'm going to go Inside the Electric Circus. In 1986, when this came out, now I was a fucking huge fan of the first album. Fuck. The second album, The Last Command, I listened the fuck out of that album. Even though even as a kid, I know there was a lot of dumb shit on there, Ball Crusher and shit like that. But when this album came out, I remember getting it. I bought the fucking vinyl. It's got Blackie in the cage, and they sold the guitar and it says Inside the Electric Circus. This is the first album where Blackie switched back to the guitar. Now, we all knew him as a bass player in the first 2 albums. So for us, it was like, oh, we didn't realize like Blackie'd been playing guitar forever. Rhythm guitar. So he switched to rhythm guitar because Randy Piper left the band. And then they got Johnny Rod. Big blonde Johnny Rod. What was he in, like King Cobra? Yeah, he was in King Cobra. Yeah. Ooh. Not a big fucking King Cobra fan. Are you? I bet Brendan Schneider is. I bet he loves fucking King Cobra. He's like, dude, King Cobra. Yeah. The only cool thing about King Cobra was Carmine Appice, and he's a fucking asshole, so. And then, didn't the lead singer become a chick? Yeah, that happened. Anyway, so they get Johnny Rod to play bass, and Blackie switches to a rhythm guitar. But I remember, dude, when this album came out, I bought it, of course, because, I was like, oh yeah, Wasp! It was the first album where it didn't have the dots in between the name, it just said Wasp. I remember getting this album and putting it on, and I was like, not fucking impressed at all. And now Blackie Lawless will tell you this is a tired album made by a tired band because, dude, they've been going nonstop since '84. You know, just nonstop touring, doing everything they could. They never were a headlining band. The Live in the Raw, which was recorded on this tour, was at the Long Beach Arena, and Slayer opened that night. That was the only fucking show in America where Wasp played to an arena crowd. They were an opening band. Wasp was never this huge fucking band. That's why it's so weird. I mean, I remember watching Pete Barter where he's like, dude, people keep asking me to, like, you know, do Wasp, and it's like, why? You know, they were never a huge band. And they never were. Except for that one night where they recorded Live in the Raw at the, I'm pointing at it because, you know, it's right up there, like about 100 miles that way. At the Long Beach Arena. I guess there was nothing going on at the Long Beach Arena, so they're like, yeah, fuck it. Put Wasp there, and they recorded a live album. And that was like their only headlining show, like in America. So we got Night in the Raw, right? And like I said, Slayer opened for them. Can you imagine that? Slayer opens for fucking... but these guys used to open for Metallica. I remember they opened at the Backdoor Club. It was like Armored Saint, Wasp, and fucking Metallica. So... Inside the Electric Circus has the big welcome, was just this intro, which is dumb. But this guy, Inside the Electric Circus, I'm not a fan of that song. I Don't Need No Doctor. It's got 9-5 Nasty on it. That's my favorite song on this whole fucking album. 9-5 Nasty. And it's got Restless Gypsy. I like Restless Gypsy, but like Shoot from the Hip. I was just listening to this album like right before I came on. Because I was like, whoa, wait, what about Shoot from the Hip now? It's fucking dumb. I'm Alive, Sweet Cheetah, Mantronic. This is where like they started to tone it down a little bit because their management and I'm sure the record company and MTV, because these guys got like banned on MTV and shit. They all told them like, dude, you better start playing nice, Blackie, you dumb fuck, because you're killing your career. And that was the thing. It was like, dude, you can be controversial and shit, but you took it to the next level to where all you're going to do is get fucking banned. It's the middle fucking 80s, dude. You know, you can only go so far. You know, once you get banned from MTV in the middle 80s, you're fucked, dude. And that's basically, you know, what fucking Wasp did. You know, Blackie was trying to be this bad boy. He's like Marilyn Manson. He's this big dork that has this persona that's so cool, but it's not real. It's really not. And the thing about him is, just like Marilyn Manson, he's not that bright. You talk to that guy and you're just like your ego's like way bigger than it should be, dude. But anyways, Inside the Electric Circus was kind of like that stab at like mainstream, kind of toning it back a little bit. Still trying to be, you know, Wasp, but at the same time trying to get it to at least where it wasn't to the point where they were just like, fuck you, we're not selling your album, we're not putting your video on MTV. But by this time it was probably too late. Oh, that was number 8. Inside the Electric Circus. They could stay inside the Electric Circus. Yeah. Number 7, I went Dominator from 2007, I want to say, right? I kind of like this album. This is one of those middle 2000 albums where I was like, opens up with Mercy. That's a cool song. Take Me Up is a cool fucking song. Heaven Sung in Black. It opens up with And the Saints Go Marching In. It gets kind of ponderous in the middle, but it's still a fucking cool song. I didn't mind Heaven's Blessed. At this point, there's a lot of heavens on this album and shit like that, so I don't know at this point where Blackie was starting to find God. I know on the on what, Babylon, 2 years later, that was all about the fucking four horsemen and, the breaking the seventh seal and the serpent with the seven heads and the seven vials and all that blah, blah, blah. He's getting biblical on us, but I thought this was a decent album. They have some cool songs on it. It's not hard to listen to, and that's a fun thing, when you can just pop on a Wasp album. And actually, some of the songs actually don't sound exactly the same as the other songs, and then, there's kind of a flow to it. So I actually like Dominator. It's going to be number 7, so number 6. 6. The other album from 2004, we're going to go Neon God Part 1, The Rise. I thought this was way better than the second album, obviously, because they're split apart. But thinking like, well, I don't know if it would have helped if they would have just made this one album, but whatever. Opens with Overture, and then it's like, why am I here? Wishy Wells, it's alright. This is kind of a ripoff of like Crimson Idol. I know Blackie's like a huge like Who fan, so he was like always trying to redo like Tommy or fucking Quadrophenia, but you're not the Who. Sister Sadie and the Black Habits is a cool song. I didn't mind the Red Room of the Rising Sun. It's alright. I wanted to love it, but then it gets kind of boring. Asylum number 9. Ecstasy Riders. Me and the Devil. Just a little blurb goes into the Running Man. This is a cool song. It's not amazing. It's a cool song. I always say this is a cool song. This is a cool album. It's not amazing, but it's pretty tight. It's pretty good. Later fucking Wasp concept double album split in half and for money probably. There's nothing stellar on here, but at the same time it's fun to listen to. It's pretty cool. I slam them together and pretend that I like the second part of it, but I don't. So that's number 6. Number 5, we're gonna go to Blackie Lawless's solo album, The Crimson Idol. This was supposed to be a Blackie Lawless solo album because Wasp had broken up in 90? Yeah. Wasp had broken up after the Headless Children album and tour or whatever, and so Blackie was gonna do a solo album, but then he was like, I might as well put this out as Wasp, because no one gave a fuck about a Blackie Lawless solo album, let alone at least Wasp. It might have sold 3 more albums. You got Bob Kulick on it, bald Bob Kulick, who just passed away not too long ago. From Kiss, used to play a mean Ace Frehley. And you got Frankie Banali. That's a fucking cool album, man. Blackie Lawless and his grandiose fucking, it's about a kid named Jonathan, and he gets sucked into the world of fucking, being a rock star, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, he hangs himself, right, with his guitar strings, right? Opens up with a Titanic Overture. Wow. It's got Invisible Boy. Arena of Pleasure. That's a cool song. And Doug Aldrich does the lead work on that. Doug Aldrich from Whitesnake and Dio. Arena of Pleasure. Chainsaw Charlie. Murders in the New Morgue. The Gypsy Meets the Boy. I don't really like Dr. Rocker. I think it's dumb. I Am the One. It's a good album. Some of it's a bit grandiose. I'm not going to sit there and listen to the story of Jonathan for 16 and a half minutes. Listen to Blackie Lawless talk. God, just made me dumber by the second. But this is a cool fucking album. It's number fucking 5. Don't mind it. Put it on. It's fun to listen to. but it's Wasp. Well, it's Blackie Lawless, so still Wasp because Blackie Lawless is fucking Wasp. Number 4, I'm gonna go from 1985, their second album, The Last Command. I listened to the fuck out of this album. I saw them on this tour. I want to say they were playing with. What the fuck were they playing with? They weren't playing the arena, I know that. I think it was, they were playing at some hall. What was that hall called? I can't fucking remember. I'll remember it. Probably not. Were they playing with Helix? I think they might have been. I think it might have been Helix. Ooh, Helix. I remember I listened to this album like the fuck out of it because fuck, it was the second Wasp album and I loved the fucking first album. But I can remember as a kid like getting this and listening to the fuck out of it, and there's some dumb fucking songs on this album. We all know Wild Child. I'm a wild child, come and love me. I want you. My heart's in hex. I need you to touch me because I want. Probably their most popular song ever. It's got Ball Breaker or Ball Crusher, which is dumb, but it's a fun song. Fistful of Diamonds, Jack Action. Those songs are dumb. I love Widowmaker. That's a fucking great song. Blind in Texas. I'm blind in Texas. The Lone Star. Whatever. It's fucking dumb. He's all, what do you mean you got no liquor? No more liquor. The hell you say? I'm like, shut the fuck up, Blackie. You would get your head bashed in by some crazy fucking bartender in fucking Texas in 1985. That's the thing with Blackie. I'm like, he's a big tough guy. And it's like, shut the fuck up, dude. That guy would have laid your fucking skull open with a baseball bat, and you'd have been like, wasn't really afraid of Blackie. He wasn't really that scary. He thought he was, though. The Last Command is a great fucking song. As Running Wild, Sex Drive. This one had, I have the remaster, so it's got Mississippi Queen, which is a really cool fucking one. It's got a bunch of fucking live tracks, live from 1984. Animal, I fuck like a beast, you know. Oh yeah, Animal, fuck like a beast. So this was the second Wasp album. It had Steve Riley on drums from, you know, it eventually went into LA Guns, but Steve Riley replaced Tony Richards, the original drummer. I met them at Tower Records on this tour. They signed all my shit and stuff. But like, I remember my image of Blackie was totally blown. It's like you'd see Blackie on magazines. And like I said, he had the white streaks in his hair, and he was usually covered in blood, or he was doing evil shit. And then you meet him like in person, or he's wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and you're just like, you're a dork. Number 3, I'm gonna go Kill, Fuck, Die. What? People shit on this fucking album. I'm not gonna shit on the album. I'll shit on the tour because I thought it was dumb. But this album is pretty fucking good, man. It's like Wasp goes industrial. Dude, if you want to, because see, I get tired of listening to the same shit that Blackie does over and fucking over and over again. This album sounds like a Wasp album, but like bathed in fucking like industrial fuzzy guitar, rugged, you know. It's fucking heavy as shit. The title track, Kill, Fuck, Die, is fucking great. Take That Addiction. Kill Your Pretty Face. That's the song like live where he would rape the fucking nun with his fucking knife cock or whatever. Fucking creepy fuck. It's got Fetus, which goes into Little Death. Wicked Love. Fuck. The Horror. The Horror is where he would carve up the pig on stage. Like. But anyways, aside from the stage show part of that, which I hate and I think is fucking dumb and I think it was just fucking lame, and you watch that shit and you're just like, You want to be the sick fuck that everybody, but you're not. You're just a fucking retard. You know, there comes a point where you're like, are you scary? Blackie's not scary. He's just stupid. Like, dude, you would watch that show and you'd be like, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, if I was there live, I'd have walked the fuck out. I'd have been like, what the fuck is wrong with you? There's a difference between, like, Alice Cooper, where he puts on a show and it's fun and gets decapitated and they do all this crazy shit, to just straight up, oh, I'm going to stand up here and carve up this pig. So you think, like, abusing animals is fucking awesome? You think raping women is awesome? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Blackie? That's the kind of shit that I kind of throw out on this album. I don't think about the fucking tour because it was fucking dumb. But this album is fucking cool, man. I fucking dig it. It's fucking hard, heavy, fucking twisted. I don't mind that on an album. I just don't want to watch it. You know, Blackie wants to be a fucking necrophiliac or whatever the fuck he wants to be. Let him do that shit behind closed doors, you fucking weirdo. Anyways, Kill Fuck Die is number 3. I know people are gonna be like, what? That's usually like the bottom album on everybody's fucking list, like Kill Fuck Die. But dude, it was refreshing. It was. And all the later period, anything past like Headless Children, it's kind of a fucking toss-up. Maybe Crimson Hell, it's kind of a toss-up of like what's good and what's not. Most of it's just fucking bullshit. But Kill Fuck Die just stands out like a sore thumb because it's fucking good, man. And it's fucking dark and heavy and fucking... I fucking dug it. So Kill Fuck Die is number 3, or the censored version, KFD. I mean, I bought it and it was called Kill Fuck Die, and the song is called Kill Fuck Die. So, yeah, Kill Fuck Die. Kill Fuck Die. Number 3. Number 2. There's only 2 left. I'm going to go Headless Children from 1989. Now, after like 86, after like the Inside the Electric Circus tour and all that shit, there was kind of a burnout factor. And I think their record company or their management was like, you guys need to figure out what the fuck you're going to do, because Inside the Electric Circus didn't do shit. The debut went gold, and fucking Last Command went gold. But then Inside the Electric Circus didn't do shit. It didn't even go gold. So you're going in the wrong direction. So most of the damage had already been done by Blackie for being a fucking fucktard. And instead of embracing stuff, he tried to be this rebel, tried to be, over the top and shit. And they did start toning it back, obviously, on Inside the Electric Circus, but I think by that time it was too late. It was too fucking late. The other thing is, too, is just that band had a short shelf life. They weren't that fucking creative. Most of their songs, and, we're talking 15 fucking albums after, talking 12, 13 albums later, after the point where they started to not be successful. Whew. Talk about beating a fucking dead horse, Blackie. God. Come out with another album. He just does it because, he needs to eat his franken beans, I guess. I don't think it's lucrative. Blackie Lawless is this fucking mega millionaire. Probably living in a cardboard box somewhere in New York. Or Hollywood. But, so they tried to recoup themselves and kind of step away from the banging chicks and being dirty and nasty to, let's talk about politics. And even though Blackie's not smart enough to talk about politics, this album fucking works. On some levels. The Heretic, The Lost Child, that's the opening track. It's 7:23. It's good. They do The Real Me from The Who, from Quadrophenia, right? And a lot of people fucking think, oh, that's a fucking Wasp song. It's a fucking Who song. It's a good cover of a Who song, but it's a fucking Who song. They do Headless Children. And, you know, there's still a little bit of shock because they're like, what the fuck are they singing about headless fucking children for? Well, it's not like nuclear war. And if you look at the cover, it's got all those political fucking leaders on it. Headless Children is about like the threat of nuclear war and how all these crazy fucks are in charge of countries we can blow each other up like 100,000 times over and shit. Thunderhead's cool. My favorite track on the fucking album, probably one of my favorite fucking Wasp songs ever. And it's written about Chris Holmes. It's called Mean Man. 'Cause I'm a motherfucking man. And it's wow. I screwed a gypsy. I'm a renegade, you know. Did Chris screw a gypsy? Mephisto Waltz is pretty cool. Rebel in the FDG. What was the do? Rebel in the FDG. I can't remember what that stood for. Oh, fucking Decadent Generation. That's what FDG stood for. I'm a rebel in the FDG. The fucking Decadent Generation. But wasn't Blackie Lawless trying to be decadent? I thought he was, talking about drugs and banging chicks and being a nasty, blinded Texas, drinking liquor. What do you mean you got no liquor? We ain't got no more. The hell you say? It's like the fucking lamest shit ever. That's one thing that detracts from that song, because it's like, when Blackie's not being Blackie and he's just speaking, he sounds like a fucking retard. Sorry. It's like Bash Blackie Day, huh? I just call it the way I see it. I mean, anyways. Yeah, Headless Children. It was a fucking good album because, like, they kind of recouped, and they couldn't keep it together because after this they fucking broke up and shit, and then Blackie went and did Crimson Idol. But this was a solid fucking album. I didn't listen to this for a lot of years. I was kind of like the first three, and then I was like, meh. Kind of gave up on Wasp. Kind of gave up on them on Inside the Electric Circus because I was like, this sounds fucking bullshit. But years later, I remember I listened to this, and I was like pleasantly surprised. I was like, fuck. My version has Locomotive Breath on it, which is fucking great. That fucking... I love it when Blackie does fucking covers, because he does do pretty good covers. So that leads us to number one, of course, is the debut album from 1984. W.A.S.P. Winged Assassins. We Are Sexually Perverted. I don't know. It's W.A.S.P. The only album with Tony Richards playing drums on it. Randy Piper, Chris Holmes, Blackie, they're all on the cover, and they have the two weird eyes and the cheesy skeleton. It's so fucking cheesy. Anyways, I have a fucking fondness for this album. This has all my favorite Wasp songs on it, pretty much, except for like Mean Man and some of the other songs that I mentioned throughout this. I remember I had this on cassette tape. George had this on vinyl, but I had bought the cassette tape because I was tired of like moving all my vinyl around and shit. Cassette tapes were way more convenient. You know? Originally, this was supposed to open up with The Animal Fuck Like a Beast, but then they got like, I think Mike Varney, who produced this, I think they were like, we probably shouldn't do that. I know you guys want to be like, oh, we're so cool, but there's no way big box retailers are going to sell this fucking album with a song called The Animal Fuck Like a Beast on it. It's just not going to happen. So they released that as a single, like over in Europe. And they had Animal Fuck Like a Beast on side A, and then side B it was Show No Mercy and Peanut Black, which is fucking phenomenal. Years later, the remasters, they put it back on. It was supposed to be the opening track of the album. Blackie refuses to sing this song now because I don't know why. It was never. I remember when we were kids, like we couldn't get it, or you would see it because it was a picture disc, and it had, or was it a picture disc? I know it just had that picture with Blackie holding on to his codpiece and with his finger over, and it said, "I fuck like a beast," right? Yeah, and his codpiece with the fucking saw blade. And he had blood dripping all over his hands, and that was supposed to be like. And I remember seeing that at like Blue Meanie Records over here. I was like, oh my god, we should get that. It was in the import section. Years later, I remember it came out on something, or we got it from somewhere. One of my friends had it. I don't know. But I remember hearing that song, and I'll tell you, the mystique of it was far outweighed what the song was actually. It wasn't that exciting. It was like, I got pictures of naked ladies tied on the bed. It's not that awesome. I fuck like a beast. Come feel your love. I'm an animal. It wasn't that exciting. Anyways, Animal Fuck Like a Beast. It's got I wanna be somebody now. Yeah. We've got L.O.D.E. Oh yeah, it's got fucking Love Machine. It's got School Days. I'm here doing time. School Days. My age is my crime. It's got fucking Tormentor on it, which is like my favorite Wasp song ever. Tormentor. I am a lion that whips the flesh. Wait. Pillage and plunder. Curse those who enter. Wasn't that, they were singing that in, The Wishmaster, right? Put on the movie The Wishmaster from '84. Like, they're singing the fucking song Tormentor, and it's fucking awesome. I am a liar, and I'm a thief. I am the thief. Wait. I am the thief, and I'm a thief. And I'm a thief. Pillage and plunder. Curse those who enter. Wait, where's all? I am the sadist. I whip the flesh. Can't remember the fucking words right now, but that is my fucking favorite Wasp song ever. Fucking Tormentor. 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 This album was fucking genius. It's still fucking genius. I love it. This was Wasp being Wasp, and it worked. This was 1984. This was shocking. They were kind of fucking scary. You see Chris Holmes, or Tony Richards is like, and Chris Holmes just looked scary because he was Chris Holmes and he was fucking scary. And Blackie just being clever, evil Blackie. It's a fucking band from LA that none of us knew who the fuck they were because we didn't live in fucking LA. So we're just like, I don't know who the fuck these guys are, but they're fucking cool. Plus, we were into all the Barney shit because we were into the Shredder shit from Barney, from Shrapnel Records. And so, fuck, man. Barney was like a part of this, and then they went to Capitol. So, the fucking debut album is #1 from Wasp. So, there you have it. I have a fuck ton of live albums from Wasp. We'll go over those in a second. I'll go down the list real quick. Number 15 is Dorado from '99. Number 14, Unholy Terror from 2001. Number 13, Not Black Enough from '95. It was black enough. It really was. It was the appropriate amount of black. Yeah. With somebody to love, don't you need somebody to love? Best song on the fucking album. Number 12 was Babylon. Which is a cool fucking album, man. Like, it's alright. But I love fucking, what was it? Fucking Thunder Red. That's a good song. Thunder Red. Oh. Anyways, number 11 was Golgotha. And we all know everybody, I was watching the guy review this and he couldn't say Golgotha because he's from England. He was like, I think I'm saying that right. And it's like, dude, it's Golgotha. It's like the hill on which Christ was fucking crucified. Like, you don't know what Golgotha is? Jesus Christ. Anyways. Number 10 was Dying for the World from 2002. You know, which had Hollow Ground on it. And Trail of Tears. Those were fucking good songs. Number 9 was Neon God Part 2, The Demise from 2004. Number 8, Inside the Electric Circus, where the animals have all gone insane. Yeah. Number 7 was Dominator from 2007, with Heaven Hung in Black. Number 6 was Neon God Part 1, The Rise from 2004. Number 5, Crimson Idol, Billy Idol. Blackie Lawless's solo effort, but turned into a Wasp album. Bob Kulick, Frankie Banali, right? Both dead, unfortunately, so maybe we shouldn't work with Blackie. Number 4, The Last Command from 1985. With Wild Child, come and love me, I want you. My heart's in exile, I want you to touch me, because I feel what you do. I want you. A naked heat machine, right? Something like that. Number 3, I'm going to go Kill Fuck Die. Number 3, 1997. It's fucking brutal. Fucking listen to it. It's fucking... You know, kill your pretty face. Number 2, The Headless Children. The Headless Children. Such a good fucking album. And then number 1 was the debut from 1984. Wasp. I got live albums. So I got. Okay, so you got Live in the Raw is from 80. It came out in 87, but it was on the Inside the Electric Circus tour. Yeah. And they had Harder, Faster on there, and that was the song that Blackie wrote for Tipper Gore because, you know, obviously Fuck Like a Beast ended up on the Filthy 15, so Blackie had to do the Harder, Faster, suck me raw, or whatever. It was fucking dumb as shit. But that was the one evening where they were a headliner at Long Beach Arena, and it's got a bunch of, like, mine has a bunch of extra tracks on it. It's got Scream Until You Like It from Ghoulies. Ghoulies 2. Scream Until You Like It, which is a cool song, actually. I think that was on the original. That was the very last song. What else do we got? We got Double Live Assassins. What year is that from? 1998. Woo! Double Live Assassins. I think I think that's when Blackie started. He has this microphone stand. We've all seen it. They call it Elvis. It's got this big face on it. It used to be Blackie's face, and now it's some, I don't know what the fuck. But it's got like handlebars on it, like it's a motorcycle. I think it's because Blackie likes to hide his fat ass behind it. Wow. Fucking gay. But anyways, Double Live Assassin, it's got fucking 17 songs on it. It's got You on it. It's got the Crimson Idol medley on here. The fucking Mean Man on it. Fuck yeah. The Horror. So 98. What was 98? This is on the Hell Dorado tour. It's got a bunch of stuff from Kill Fuck Die on it. So Crimson Idol. It's got the Headless Children. Kill Your Pretty Face. I'm pretty sure this is on the Kill Fuck Die tour. Yeah, it's on the Kill Fuck Die tour. Wow. Double Live Assassins. That's pretty fucking cool, though. It's got a bunch of cool shit on it. Can't go wrong with that, right? I have The Sting. That was from 2000. This is definitely on the Dorado tour. The Sting. And the cover is that lame ass. I don't know what. Dude, some things you just look at Blackie and you just go, dude, what goes through your fucking head, dude? Like, it started off, like on the Kill Fuck Die tour, it started off where it looked like a pogo stick. And it was just like, there was nothing on it. It was just like, and it came out with like 2 handlebars. And he would climb up on it and it would swing back and forth and shit. And then he put like a head. And at first it was like his head. And then it turned into some monster. And you're just like, and so he goes up and he's on this little podium that's above everybody else, except for the drum riser. And then, you know, I don't know. He's standing there behind this fucking goofy ass. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. So I don't know why. Wow. Anyways. The Sting's got like Dorado Inside the Electric Circus, Chainsaw Charlie, Dirty Bob. This is on the Dorado tour, my least favorite fucking album, so I never really reached for that. No, I don't. So I think that's about it for Wasp. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. Anyways, go listen to some Wasp today. Why not? Fuck, man. I know I bash him. Because Blackie's stupid and he fucking fucked his own career up, dude, by being a fucking retard. There's a thing, there's only certain people that get away with being so outlandish and being successful. Marilyn Manson, fucking Rob Zombie, and even then, like, Marilyn Manson probably more than Zombie. I mean, Zombie, I think his biggest album was fucking Hellbilly Deluxe. I mean, you gotta look at the numbers and you're like, I don't know who's really more successful than the other, but there comes a point to where, dude, like, Alice Cooper wasn't successful. He was back in the day. But then, like, dude, he opens for Motley Crue, dude, and he's 70 fucking something years old. So, you know, you could take that shock rock shit only so far. You have to have good music to go along with it. And Alice Cooper still comes out with good music. Whereas Wasp, they were kind of paying it a quarter because Blackie's the only one fucking writing shit. And, you know, he's not terribly creative, so when your image is your most important fucking thing about your band, it shouldn't be that way, dude. It shouldn't be. It should be about the music first. Get the people hooked on the music first, and then you could fucking do other shit. Or, you know, like with Wasp, it's like they were doing all this shocking shit, and they got noticed. But, dude, outside of Hollywood, not that many people were interested in that, you know, and I don't know. So that's my Wasp list. Go out and listen to some Wasp. Go out and listen to Kill Fuck Die. If you don't do anything else today, go listen to KFD if you want to be a pussy about it, or Kill Fuck Die. Go pop that on. It's fucking, I'm not saying it's a fucking masterpiece, but at the same time, it's something different, and it kind of works. So I fucking dug it. Anyways, everybody stay metal. Listen to some Wasp. Listen to some fucking Metallica too. Yeah. Damage Incorporated.